Every time period has its own challenges, and this also applies to our current days. We are going through several societal changes that many people find threatening. I'm talking about the sense of inequality, because the benefits of globalization are not distributed fairly, and the gap between rich and poor is widening. I'm talking about the sense of uncertainty because of digitalization or automation. And I'm talking about migration, demography, as well as certain nostalgia for the past. And it's all happening in the world where the rule-based international order and institutions are being challenged and where our progressive values are under pressure. But what I find most of all threatening are false promises. Across Europe, we hear about simplistic solutions built on populist, anti-European, or xenophobic views. They exploit people's fears, legitimate disappointments, or anger. They steal, twist, and misuse the sense of patriotism. They thrive on divisions. And they often play with fire, eager to destroy our European cooperation, our European dream. Our responsibility as politicians is to understand why some of our citizens are responding to them, tempted to turn democratic tables upside down. Building the future by recreating the past never works. My vision is therefore clear. We need our people from all walks of life in every corner of Europe to be and to feel fit for the future. I want to increase their sense of stability and security, as well as their sense of belonging to our common European project. Our Europe must have everyone's back. Ladies and gentlemen, during my almost 10-year service for the European Commission, I have seen what we can achieve together. It is clear that in many areas, Europe will have to lead by example. In others, we simply have to rise to the challenge and strengthen or build our own resources because we cannot rely on anyone else. Our destiny is clearly in our own hands. We need to make sure that this century will be European, and it can be. This is why I stand for Europe's autonomy in key breakthrough technologies. It goes hand in hand with assertive trade and competition policies, because we need to make sure that Europe will perform well amidst fierce competition and be ready to deal on par with other great powers such as United States or China. That is why I stand for strong European industrial policy in strategic sectors through private-public partnerships. It is also vital for our ability to innovate and have our brightest minds working on their dreams here and not overseas. That is why I stand for constant upskilling of people from childhood to retirement, especially in green, digital, and financial skills. It is another must because the top 10 professions of today didn't exist just 5 years ago, and the pace is just accelerating. All this will define whether modern businesses and high-quality jobs are created here in Europe and whether we become frontrunners of the fourth industrial revolution. While doing so, the EU must remain the strongest advocate of our democratic values: freedom, justice, and fairness. We must fight against discrimination, strive to eradicate poverty in Europe and in the developing world. And we must lead global climate action to protect the planet for our children. In my program, you will find more ideas and solutions that I believe will make the European Union stronger. I am convinced that this vision stands on strong feet and is relevant to all our member states. All in all, I see our Europe as confident and proud, smart and green, socially fair, and showing solidarity. Our values can and should be our main assets. Ladies and gentlemen, in the last 10 years, I crisscrossed Europe many times and spoke to hundreds of Europeans in every single member state. This personal experience is the source of my vision and my drive to serve. I have learned that we need our actions to prove to our people that we truly care, that we are inspired by their work, determination, wisdom, but also by their idealism and hope. There is one more lesson I take from my engagements around Europe. To restart the integration engine, we must stop talking about West, East, North, South. The bridges between the center and the periphery, cities and the rural areas, but also between citizens and their representatives must be solid, built on mutual trust and understanding. We have to get rid of barbed wire fences in our minds. It is the responsibility of us politicians to set the right example. Otherwise, we are silently sowing seeds of animosity that some will not hesitate to reap. I am proud to belong to the European Social Democratic and Progressive forces who are well placed to meet people's aspirations and hope.